Nipissing-Timiskaming Member of Parliament Pauline Rochefort is back in Ottawa as the winter break is over, and she's back at work at Parliament Hill. Thank you for making time for us on this Monday.
Thank you, Clarke.
First and foremost, affordability measures announced by Prime Minister Mark Carney, including an addition to the GST rebate. Can you tell us what Nipissing-Timiskaming residents can expect to see in terms of savings come this spring and summer?
Well, we certainly just went through Christmas and everyone had to buy groceries. And so we all recognize the increase in the price of groceries. And so basically this morning, today, the government has announced a modification to, I guess, what was known as the GST credit. It will now be known as the groceries and essentials benefit. And basically, it will mean an increase for 12 million Canadians who will see an increase of about, if you're a four-member family, it will bring you to about $1,900 a year. And so that's in this first year. It will also see an increase over 5 years. But for this first year, it will represent $1,900. And for single families, single individuals, about $1,000 rounded up. And so basically important. To that, there were other measures, for example, for businesses to improve the supply chain for groceries, a significant amount. And one that really stood out for me, Clarke, that I thought was interesting, is if someone was to set up a greenhouse or purchase a greenhouse now and that it would be operational by 2030, they can deduct all of the costs in the first year. So a really significant advantage for anyone who is interested in setting up a greenhouse to accelerate the production of local food. And I finished by saying just quickly, there has been a number of other measures. Like, for example, January 1st came into application Canada's Grocers Code of Conduct. And basically, this is an agreement between the large grocery stores that we have, establishments in our country, and with the suppliers. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business has indicated that this will help lower costs of groceries in Canada. And then there's the National School Food Program that has been made permanent. That means children and primary schools across the country benefit from food at their school in the morning. And so there's a number of measures, but certainly I think all very strong in support of ensuring healthy food for Canadians.
What is the latest on the effort to diversify trade? We know last week we talked about the 5 deals with China. What's the latest from the Liberal government and diversifying trade?
Well, we just went through a retreat this weekend, and I had not realized actually in the last year, Canada signed 12 different agreements over 4 different continents. And so very much the Carney government is all about growing the economy to ensure that there are jobs, good paying jobs, so that we can tackle affordability. That certainly is at the heart of it. But doubling trade as we look at the current volatile environment in the world. And so basically Canada has set a goal of wanting to double its non-US trade. And so our Prime Minister will be heading to India. And so there's going to be continued focus, continued strategies that are all about growing to diversify our sources of trade.
You are back in Ottawa. What is the number one thing that you're hearing from other parliamentarians as we begin the winter session?
Well, certainly yesterday, as part of this discussion, affordability was number one. Everyone, as I said, shopped over Christmas and was well aware of that, and very much in support of what was being presented and discussed. And there was a very broad discussion. It was very, again, I say that to members in our riding. I am always impressed by the level of discussion. The Prime Minister is present. All of the ministers are present. The PMO's office is present. And so basically a fulsome discussion.